Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of Wild Wood Zoo. In today's episode I build the African crested porcupine habitat. It goes in the middle as you can see. It's kind of the central point in the desert area. It's one of my favourite habitats I've made. Not necessarily to my best ability, but it's there. Um, I used a couple of blueprints. Mainly the house is the biggest one. Obviously make my own signs. But yeah, um, I hope you enjoy today's video. If you could leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want to be named after one of the animals, that would be great. Also, I had a comment from one of my videos about naming a Garial Chomper. So that would be featured at the end of the video, but he is named Chomper now. But yeah, I hope you enjoy today's video, and yeah, if you have any feedback for me, if you could comment that as well. Um, my thoughts about this desert area is mainly just to use some of the arid animal pack creatures, because I think the African crested porcupine was arid animal pack. I can't, yeah, it must be, because that's the last African pack. But yeah, the video after this, I build a habitat for the dromedary camel and the Adax. I don't have the Skimter Horned Oryx, but yeah, the area in that it's by the Caracal if you follow the path along. It's just behind the porcupine in a way. But yeah, also it's very North African themed, white, almost like I don't know how to explain it. Very Mamma Mia. I think that's the way to put it. With the light blues and whites. Yeah, you'll see the dromedary camel and Adax habitat video coming out today. If it uploads today, it takes a while to upload, but it should be out today. But yeah, if you want an animal to be featured as well, if you could comment down below and I'll build a habitat for it. Obviously, if I can fit it in. The last space I used in a tropical area was for the wild boar, but I can always replace the Indian elephant and add the African elephant somewhere else because I do want an elephant in this zoo. But yeah, I'll see you in the middle of the video where I will share some porcupine facts, or the African crested version because there's lots of different types, and also pop in at the end to tell you maybe a little brief of what I might do. But yeah, I'll see you then. Bye. Hello and welcome to the part of the video where I share some facts about the African crested porcupine. I actually found it quite a struggle to find facts and collect them because they're about the same but not much. But yeah, let's continue. So the African crested porcupine is the second largest rodent in Africa. It is the porcupines, I'm pretty sure, are the second largest rodent in the world. As a species, obviously the capybara is the largest, and followed by the porcupine. The largest porcupine in Africa is the Cape porcupine, but sadly we don't have that. But yeah, a bit about their quills, because that's obviously their main bit. They range from black and white. Each one is unique to a porcupine. But yeah, they are about 12 to 13 inches long. They're made of keratin, which is the same as human hair. Um, yeah, and the special thing they do is that they rub it in mud, feces, and urine, which basically means if you're pricked by it and it goes into the wound, it can cause a nasty bacterial infection, which usually occurs quite quickly. And it's quite common to get pricked by a porcupine because you'd be surprised how easy they come off the quills, and they actually do fall off naturally. And they're also very, very territorial. But luckily for you, they are very monogamous, so they won't range far from their habitat. They're very short range. But yeah, they live for about 20 years in the wild and only about 25 years in captivity. So they're very, they live for long in the wild anyway. They're quite, what do you say, adapted for the living. But the porcupines occupy a short range of habitats in tropical and temperate parts of Asia, southern Europe, Africa, North and South America. So porcupines usually live in forest, deserts, or rocky outcrops and hillsides. So obviously we've done it in desert. But some New World porcupines live in trees, but the Old World porcupines stay on rocks. So what I mean by that is the ones that are more advanced are the ones that can climb, and the ones that are more primal, which is usually African animals, stay in the rocks. As I said, porcupines can be found in rocky areas up to about 3,700 meters, which is around 12,000 feet high, and they're generally nocturnal, but they can be active during daylight, which is why you don't really see much at zoos. I don't seem to find them. But I have been at a nighttime tour, and I've seen sloths, and I have seen porcupines running about. They get scared of the light. But yeah, the porcupine is a herbivore. It eats leaves, herbs, twigs, green plants like clover, and in the winter it may even eat bark. The North American porcupine is also known as a prehensile tail porcupine, and they live in trees and climb them to find their food, which could be pine cones, acorns, all that sorts. The African porcupine is not a climber though, and it forages on the ground. And it's also nocturnal, so you know, you don't see them that often. But yeah, that's all the facts I could find. They're not very that common, but yeah, they are listed as least concerned by the IUCN, which means they're not endangered or anything like that. They're just least concerned, so they're not too worried about them. But as I said, they live in the deserts, these ones, but they can also live in the tropical rainforest in the Congo and the mountains. But yeah, they live for quite a long time. Did not know. But yeah, in their groups, they have about 1 to 2 young, and they take about 90 to 112 days. So it only takes about 3 months, 3 to 4 months for them to give birth. And females typically give birth only once a year in a burrow, but the young are born fully developed, and the spines, which are initially soft, harden within a few hours. Because otherwise, if you can imagine giving birth to something with them quills and spines, it'd be very painful. So that's why they're soft. But yeah, the young begin to take solid food within 2 weeks and are fully weaned between 13 to 19 weeks, which is quite quite interesting. But yeah, there's not many threats to the African porcupine. They are known to scare away many predators, like the hyenas, wild dogs, and lions. They have been known to scare away because they've probably been killed, I'd imagine. I haven't seen one, but I'd imagine they are. But yeah, they're not really hunted by humans either, surprisingly. Um, they might be hunted for their meat, but that's about it. They don't really want the quills. I'm pretty sure some African tribes have hunted them, not only for their meat, but also to use their quills in some sort of medicine and bow. But yeah, the African crested porcupine is obviously covered in quills, but the way it attacks, it kind of rams backwards. It's quite funny. But yeah, but it is a myth that they are able to fire their quills out. Instead, they do what I said. They just go back and ram into them. But sadly, they do not shoot their quills, so don't expect them to go near it and then just to shoot them at you like a gun. But yeah, that's all I could find, I'm afraid. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do want to be named after a porcupine, that'd be really funny. I wouldn't want to be named after a porcupine, but hey, but yeah, just leave your comments or like and subscribe if you want to see more facts about the animals in the zoo. But yeah, see you next time at the end of the video, and see you then. Bye. Hello, for the final time, and welcome to the end of the video. In today's video, you saw me build the African crested porcupine habitat. If you did enjoy this video, if you could leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want to be named after one of the animals or for some feedback. But yeah, if you also want to see an animal being built, like a habitat for, that will be also found in the comment section. But yeah, also, as I said before, I'm going to build the dromedary camel and addax habitat next video, and that might be uploaded today, but I'm not. It depends on the upload time because it can be a little bit long. It takes about an hour and a half to upload, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you next time on episode 15 of Wildwood Zoo. See you then. Bye.